Hello everybody, welcome back to the FM24 European Journeyman Save, and we, with the FA Cup final wrapped up, have secured European football for next year, but there's a European trophy at stake. Let's go and play the final of the Europa Conference League. Yes, hello everybody, welcome back to the Save, and we are today taking on Real Betis in the Europa Conference League final. We come into this one, I've got a feeling we're the favourites, is what I think. If we have a quick look up here, we're not the favourites. Real Betis are currently the favourites. They sit 8th in La Liga, so they're having a pretty decent season. Real Betis, not too bad, 64 points, 3 points they finished behind Atletico Madrid to secure European football for next year. So they are also looking to get European football by winning this trophy as well. Real Madrid absolutely dominating La Liga, it looks like, since they have not lost the league, Real Madrid, in this save. That is very, very impressive, to be honest. But yes, in the last episode we took on Newcastle with the 2-0 win in the FA Cup. Lovely stuff. We followed that up with a 1-0 loss at St James's Park to the same opponent, and then we beat Fulham to end the Premier League season with a 3-1 win over Fulham at Craven Cottage, which was absolutely lovely. So it leaves the table looking like this. We are in 11th. We finished 11th. I said in the last episode, we've been 11th for quite a while. We're probably going to finish 11th, and we did finish 11th, so not too bad at all. 2 points off Southampton in 10th, so we brought Villa from a bottom of the table team to be a mid-table team. So I think it's a decent first season with Aston Villa. Obviously getting to a Europe final as well. Winning the FA Cup is very impressive, which has secured us European football next year in the Europa League. So this final is just for kudos, really, isn't it? It's just for kudos to get a win as Aston Villa first. If we could do a cup double in our first season as Aston Villa manager, I think that's quite impressive. So yeah, we've done pretty well. Next year, the board, I'm a little bit ill, by the way, so if energy levels drop off, that's why. But next year, the board have given us like 18 million to spend. I'm going to assume that will go up if we win the Europa Conference League and once our money comes in. So we'll have to wait and see. But overall, I'm pretty happy with the squad. I do think there is room for improvement. We've got a few people that we can definitely look to move on and shift out and to see if we can generate a few more funds that way. But we'll have to wait and see. Bringing in Blaženko Tomasak, who's actually unavailable for today's games. He's not registered in the Europa League squad, was a masterstroke. This kid has been absolutely brilliant for us up front. 4 goals in 15 appearances in the league, but 10 in 19 starts in all competitions is really, really good. So I rotated the team for the last episode. As you can see, people like Theodoru coming in. Elliot Kelly played for the game against Fulham as well, because we knew we had a quick turnaround to this game against Betis. So I'll go pick the team and we'll be right back. Okay, so with a few tired legs as we go into the final game of the season, it's Mahadi in goal. Torres, Nash, George and Heaton are going to be starting at the back. We've got Barrett and Borland in midfield, Bello on the right, Wallace in behind Lampe and Nolan on the left. So yeah, you can see we've got a few tired legs in this. Sam Wallace, 82%, needs a rest as well, getting towards the end of the season. Borland will come in probably for his final game for the club, which could be impressive. And we've put a couple of youngsters on the bench to fill the gaps out as well. So let's get into this game then. We are going to go into look at these youngsters picking up squad numbers in the Europa Conference League final. You love to see it. Please do leave me a get well message down below. I've actually got COVID. I went to the UK on a business trip and picked up COVID because it's rife everywhere in the UK. So I do feel pretty rubbish. But here we are, still going. There will be an EAFC video coming out on Monday as well on the second channel. Yeah, there's lots going on. There's lots going on at the moment. And my work is actually getting very busy as well. I've got a new boss and my role has slightly changed and it's going really well at the moment. So we should be winning. I'm going to say we should be winning. I know Real Betis are the favourites, but we have won the FA Cup. We've been on a good run for the second half of the year. So I am hoping. They've got Garnacho. They've got Alejandro Garnacho on the wing. Wow, a 33-year-old Alejandro Garnacho, which is mightily impressive for them. Let's crack into it. I got a bit distracted by Alejandro Garnacho there, but here we go. I think, are we still on extended? Yes, we are. We'll stay on this for the cup final. Can we get off to a winning start? As the you can't hear the music, but the Europa Conference League music is still happening in the background. My mic may pick it up from my speakers, but I don't think it will. But yeah, it's very strange that 30 seconds into the game, the music's still going on as Barrett comes in. Good tackle from Pablo Torre. He'll put it behind for a corner. The first corner of the game goes to Aston Villa as Lampay, our striker, will look to swing this one in. We have got a good few people in the air. I do think potentially bringing in a bit more height is something we need to look at. We concede quite a few set pieces and we're not the best at scoring them. But, I'm not going to just sign people because of their height and their jumping reach. They generally have to be good players anyway. And we have strengthened our back too as Sesma heads it over the bar. But the two we've brought in at centre-back in Torres, who's not playing today, and George, have actually been really good since they've joined. Bello with a very strong tackle but does win the ball. There is Torres. Torres is playing. He's out on the right-hand side. Is he? Is that right? Yeah, he is right. Okay. Yeah, I think I've got Nash and Torres the wrong way around. But Heaton swings in across looking for Bello at the back post, heads it over the bar. David not troubled by that one. 6 minutes gone. A little bit of action here and there. Not too much to report, to be honest. But we give the ball away from a throw-in. Maurice into Garnacho. He puts it past the post. 10 minutes gone. 0-0 in Germany. I think we're playing. Yeah, Bremen. We're playing in Bremen. So Werder Bremen Stadium. It was predicted to be raining, but it doesn't look like it's raining. As Exter Baru goes back to Oscar. Oscar into Holder. Holder goes back to Vazquez. Vazquez gives it away. Wallace, who is tired, but did good interception. Lampay lets it run. Nolan can't get there. And we're trying to get the ball back off Real Betis here. Maurizio comes down the right-hand side. He's going on a good run here, Maurizio. Can he dig out across? Finds Garnacho. Back to Holder. Holder to Oscar in the edge. Back to Garnacho. It's a really good goal from Betis, and it's the man we looked at before kickoff. Alejandro Garnacho gets the goal for Real Betis, and that is a little bit irritating. Yeah, that's a shame, isn't it? That is a shame. I'm still intrigued as to why our Premier League season has been so extended. Mahadi probably could do a bit better, to be honest. Goalkeeper is potentially the place that we might strengthen or spend most of our budget on. It's been a pretty dull game, but we've gone to attacking. Bello will have a corner. Bello will swing this one in towards the near post. Nolan will pick it up, shoots, and David will touch it behind again. I mean, it could be David. It could just be David, but he plays for a Spanish team, so I'm calling him David. As Bello swings this one in towards the back post this time. Hez Sesma gets it away, and Williams can't keep the ball alive. Yeah, I mean, there's not too much I want to change, really. Barrett into Nash. Nash comes forward with it into Borland, into George. George just looks to bring it, nowhere really. That's a terrible pass into Garnacho, who's released Exter Baru. And Betis could be in for a second here. Exter Baru gets to the byline, cuts it back, and it's a good save from Mahadi. And that probably should have been 2-0 Betis. But, we're already in the Europa League. We don't need to win this one. It's fine. As the corner comes in, Mahadi with a good claim. He's obviously overheard me talking about potentially replacing him. So, yeah, I mean, 23 minutes gone, 4 shots each. We've only had 1 on target. We really are struggling to create in this game, to be honest. But I think I might try something in a minute. I think I'm going to try something. We've got 15 minutes left of the second half. Yeah, I'm gonna try something odd. Okay, we're switching to a 3 at the back system. I want Torres in the middle. So we've got George, Torres and Nash at the back. Bello comes to wing back. Heaton at wing back. Borland and Barrett in the middle. Wallace on the right. Nolan on the left. And Lampay up front. Let's see. Let's just see if this works. Because I'm just thinking about things for potentially next season if we want to mix it up and see how it's going. Now, there's no reason to change our system because our system's served... Oh, we've hit the bar. Our system served us very well throughout this save, obviously. But sometimes, you never know, do you? If there's players out there that suit a different system, because I still think we're going to just sign and go out there and buy the best players we can. So sometimes you do need to change your system. Hopefully, those players that you bring in do suit a system. Mahadi with another really good claim from the corner as he's just holding on to the ball. Goes long with it up towards Wallace, who not only was very tired, has now picked up a knock, which is a bit annoying. Into Garnacho again, well covered by Heaton, but the clearance isn't great. Pablo Torre into Maturo. Maturo goes all the way back to David, out to Olez, who nearly loses out. We do win it in midfield there. Lampay takes over into Nash. Nash brings the ball out from the back, now one of 3 centre-backs. Great ball over the top to look for Lampay. Elise gets there first. Sam Wallace gets there on the rebound. And this is a bit of action-packed moment here. Barrett out to Wallace again. We've got runners inside in Bello. Bello into Lampe. Oh, my word. What a terrible finish from Reme Lampe. But that was good. That shows what this system, I think, can get people forward and potentially working. So, Vazquez. Oh, Lampe's won it. Wallace. Oh, my God. Our shooting is absolutely dreadful today. Our shooting is absolutely dreadful. Elise looks to play it out to Maurizio, up to Garnacho, the goal scorer. Holder gives it away. Well read by Heaton. Heaton tries to find Lampe again. Elise with a header. Garnacho knocks it down to Holder. Back to Elise. Elise puts it into Pablo Torre. He goes all the way back to his goalkeeper. Vazquez and the goalkeeper playing a 1-2. Then they're keeping it well here, Betis. Out to Oscar. Into Pablo Torre again. Up to Sesma. And they have got past that press in midfield through our sort of four more, not defensive players, but more sort of inclined to press players. And it was a good save from Mahadi that keeps it at 1-0 Betis. Pablo Torre over the corner, swings this one in, and Mahadi claims it again. Since I slagged him off and potentially said we're going to replace him, he's actually done very well, hasn't he? He's actually had a good game. But it's 1-0 Betis at half-time. I do feel like we're going to stick with this system because I want to see how it plays, to be honest. I want a much better display in the second half. And then I think Wallace is going to need to come off. If he's injured and already was tired, we aren't going to have to bring him off. So I think Cerny is tired as well. He would have been my option to bring on at right wing back. I think we'll still go with that, Sodic, because I think that's what we'll have to try for next year anyway. So Bello moves up, Cerny comes into there. And do we stick with that? Let's put Torres out to the right-hand side, Nash out to the left, and George into the middle, just to suit the footedness of the players that we have in there. And we will give them a shout as well. Let's give them a shout of encouragement as we're 1-0 down. But it's that Alejandro Garnacho goal, which is the difference at the moment. That's a good read from Torres to win it. Bello, who's now moved up to right wing, will hopefully get involved in the game. Torres hooks it away, does find Bello. Bello is there. Up it goes towards Lampe. Back to Borland. Sensible striking play there from Lampe. Just kept the ball well. Cerny comes forward, the substitute. Has he got pace in those fresh legs? Digs out across, looking for Lampe. Lampe with a header. Again, not the best effort, just over the bar. And I think potentially bringing in like a taller striker that's good in the air could be beneficial. I mean, Tomaszek is good in the air as well. Bello into Barrett. Barrett squares it. Is that a penalty? No, referee says play on. But Heaton gets there. Great save from David in goal. And this is turning into a good system, I think, at the moment, actually. We might have to save this one. Bello swings in a corner towards Borland at the back post, but we can't win it. Barrett keeps it alive. Man on the edge if he can find him, but Pablo Torre with a very good tackle, and Sesma will bring this one forward. Is this going to be a counter-attack? No, Torres has won the ball, but we can't do anything with it, which is very annoying. Maturo into Pablo Torre. Finds Vazquez at the back. Elise actually takes over. There's Holder. You can see Betis chucking four men forward in their attack as Garnacho comes forward with it wide. He cuts it back, but Nolan's there to intercept. Heaton into Mahade. Mahade goes long, and Elise is easy to intercept that one. Vazquez, Pablo Torre's got runners in front of him. Torre, Keel going, shoots over the bar. Not a good effort, to be honest. And that's really all we've seen Betis do since we've changed system. It's not been dreadful, has it, going to this system? We may need to get some more fresh legs on. Heaton on a yellow card is one that I think will probably come off, and he's just given the ball away to Maurizio for Betis to potentially launch a counter-attack here as he puts it in, but gets the parcel wrong. Borland does well. Again, potentially his last appearance for Aston Villa, having been at the club for so long, Aidan Borland. But we'll see. He might get a new contract. He wants to potentially keep his options open and leave. I'm not against him leaving, but we would need to look at another central midfielder as Bellows in, cuts it back. Lampe, oh my God, our finishing has been absolutely dreadful. It has been absolutely dreadful in this game. We probably should be 2-1 up, but it's just awful, awful finishing as Nash takes over the ball. Half an hour to go. Let's get some fresh legs on. Heaton on a 6.4 on the left, not playing brilliantly. McFarlane can come on for him. I mean, Lampe we could give Kofi Diallo a go. We have got Miguel Angel Irate on the bench, who is a young prospect who doesn't look dreadful for the age of 20. I don't think we want to bring him on in a cup final though for his first game. So we'll bring Reme Lamp off, bring Kofi Diallo on for what is probably his last game at the club as well. And then Josh Nash could come off for Boucher. Or we bring on Theodore for potentially his last game at the club as well. I could do Nolan fresh. Let's do Nolan off, and we'll bring on Odjilek. Let's bring Odjilek on that side. I think he's a good player. Probably a little bit unlucky to miss out in the starting lineup in the final, to be honest. But he is going to get an appearance. We've substituted off knackered players for fresh legs, so hopefully it makes a difference as Bello picks up the ball into Marislav Cherny. Cherny back to Georges. Now, what I will say, because we're still creating this Aston Villa squad to be what we want it to be, I don't think anybody is unsellable other than Tomaszek in goal, basically. If there's offers for Reme Lampe, Marislav Cherny, these players that have been here for a good few years or who we've inherited, I do think I would rather have the cash and build our own squad. But, we'll take it all in our stride. We'll take it all in our stride going into next season. We've transformed Aston Villa's form around, haven't we? From relegation fodder to mid-table mediocrity as that corner comes in. And we are on top of this game. We just can't put our chances away. Bello's in. Bello is in the box. He's tackled. It's not a foul. Sesma clears. Torres picks it up. Borland's on the edge. Adrian Borland. It's going to be another corner as Bushiba comes on for Sesma for Betis. They're getting some fresh legs on as well. Bello swings this one in. Oh, I thought the keeper might come and get it. Oh, David, what a save. Fingertip save to touch it over the bar. We are absolutely piling on the pressure. The commentary at the bottom of the screen was right, as that's too close to the keeper. Good punch away. Borland. Will he shoot? He puts it into Gillette. Back to Borland. Oh, David, can you please just not get in the way of one of our shots? Bello swings in the corner looking for the near post. It's headed. That's not a good header from McFarlane. And it will be a goal kick to Betis. It's been a good action-packed game. We're just not taking our chances. Vazquez looking to build out from the back for Betis. Pablo Torre back to David. Into Vazquez again. Have they overplayed that? No, they've just got out of trouble with Extubel. Although Borland's taken over. Barrett's there. Into Bello. Bello over the top to Gillette. Heads it across. Diallo can't get there. We may, just because we've now not got any height, we're going to go back to whipped crosses, I think. Maybe even low crosses and play for the cutback. I think actually that is what we're going to do. We're going to come in here and we're going to go for the low cross for the cutback. Because Diallo is not tall, he is very, very short. So actually putting mixed crosses on doesn't really make sense, although Bello wins it at the back post there. But David with good hands again. 18 shots to 8 on target to 3. Betis are hanging on in, aren't they? They are hanging on in. 15 or 14 minutes to go. Let's get some fresh legs on in midfield, I think. Let's get some fresh legs on. Yeah, Bielli is one of our signings as well. He can come on for Aidan Borland, I think. What do you prefer to do? It's been a bit of time since I've had a look at players. Deep line playmaker, so let's do, you for Borland. And that will be our final sub of this game. Fresh legs in midfield, but Pablo Torre looking to wrap it up for Real Betis. It's a wonderful free kick from Pablo Torre. He's beat Mahadi. It's gone over the wall into the postage stamp of the post and bar. And I think that's now going to be a bit too much for us to come back for. You can question the goalkeeper. It's his side. He probably should be saving it. But it's a wonderful free kick from Pablo Torre. And we find ourselves 2-0 down in a game that we've dominated. This second half, we have absolutely dominated them. We really, really have. We're just going to change Diallo here to a pressing forward. Just to make sure he's using up all of his energy and his, again, what could be his last game for the club. I feel like I've said that a lot today. Bello. Back to Georges. Into Norzat Bieli. Round to Gillette, but he's robbed. And Extaburu will come forward. Cherny gets there in front of Garnacho, who's now moved out to the left. Cherny comes forward this one, up to Bello. Bello into Torres. Torres to Norzat Bieli. Into Barrett, into the channel. Can he get there? He does. Digs out the cross. Gillette at the back post. Header. David again. We're going to have a look at this David chap and see if we can convince him to potentially come to the Premier League. I mean, he is pretty good. 29 years old. We'll give him a scout. Let's give him a little scouty scout and see see what the scouts say about him. In-game scouting. There you go. We've someone's had a very good game against us, and we're going to go and get our scouts to look at him. Barrett can't get there. Pablo Torre will bring it forward. We are chucking men forward now, right? 2-0 down in the cup final with a minute to go. You've just got to go for it, haven't you? Oscar out to Garnacho. Garnacho ball in. Lara with a header. I mean, it could be offside. I don't think it is. But we do not deserve to lose this game 3-0. I think that is an absolute joke that we are going to lose this game 3-0. We are going to lose this game 3-0. That is an absolute piss take. And yeah, I'm not annoyed at my team because I think we've played all right. I'm annoyed at the fact we're losing 3-0 when we've had double the amount of shots Betis have had, and we've actually put a good number of them on target. And they've scored 3, but David probably should get man of the match, a 7.6 for him. Well done, Betis. Well done. Not that I'm bitter or anything, but we're definitely not going to watch you. We should have won that. They look to switch off. Doesn't matter. End of the season. Everyone's going on holiday. Well done, Betis. It will be seeing you in the Europa League next year. It's not quite a cup double for Aston Villa this season, but still, we can leave our heads held high. We've done well, and we've got a summer to make this squad our own, and that is something I always love doing in these journeyman saves. When you move around from squad to squad, I do like the fact that you can go out there and rejuvenate a squad and really make it your own. And I think that's what we're going to do. I've also noticed that Sam Wallace's agent is called Joe Snow. I thought it was Jon Snow. It's not as good when I say Joe Snow. But, Joe Linton. Wow, he's still on his books. Oh, he's retired. So Joe Linton's got an agent even though he's retired. Alfie Jones. Wilfried Gnotto still playing for Al Hilal. He is now 34. Wow, I get easily distracted in this game. But yes, there we go. The end of the season. We win the FA Cup, runners up in the Europa Conference League, and 11th place in the Premier League. We don't talk about the Carabao Cup because we weren't here. Oh, we were here when we got knocked out, I think, but I'm not sure. But anyway, going down is Hull, Wolves, and Leeds. I wonder if there's anyone who's done well for those three in terms of potential goal scoring. Hull do go down. But let's have a look. Goals they got. Yeah, I mean that's not a bad amount of goals. 12 goals. Let's get a scout report on him as well. See if we can potentially pickpocket the teams that are going down. That would be lovely. Wolves. Have you got anyone of note that we could look at in terms of goals? 17 goals in a season for Anthony Mitford, but you've actually been out on loan at Luton, so we're going to ignore that one. Assist wise, anyone with loads of assists? No. Wolves really did struggle. And then Leeds went down as well. And assists, they got a 9 assists, isn't too bad. 17 goals, but again, Patrick Amaka on loan from Sporting to Leeds. Okay, so yeah, if you've scored that many goals in a team that's just got relegated, we'll give you a scout as well, because you may be able to do something useful. 9 assists is also very good. On loan at Norwich. Where in Norwich? They are in the Championship. Did you get promoted? Did you win it? No, you didn't. Okay, well, we don't know yet, but we'll have to find out. Right, there we go. Thank you so much for watching. It is the end of the season. We'll be back for all the transfers, all the fun stuff, and the start of the next season, which I'm very much looking forward to. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and leave me a note down below to say get well soon. I'll be back very shortly for another episode. Cheers.